Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily UPSC MCQ series. 19th of November it is, and important issues we are discussing every day. Mission 2020 we are taking here, and paid content available at 159 rupees per month, and other important series are gonna start very soon, and they will be the extreme help for the next year's examinations, including UPSC, SSC and many examinations. So be prepared, and these are going to be very affordable, and all will be covered, and you will have access to all the videos with one subscription. So this will be important. Pocket News app trending on Google Play regarding these courses. You will get the information below the video, and you can call on these two numbers for any query, for any subscription related, payment related issues. You can call here, and PDF you will get on Telegram channel, whose link is given on this Facebook group. So you can send me requests here, and you can follow me on Instagram too. First question: provisions related to child abuses are in. So this is a tricky question because nothing specific is given here. They are asking, so it's a general question. You have to take direct and indirect both the references here. So the answer would be C, all, because provisions are there in IPC regarding the child abuses cases. They are surely there in POCSO Act of 2012, and in IT Act also there are some issues which are talking about the ongoing problems where on internet platform the child pornography, child abuse issues, and the smuggling issue, these all are going on, and on darknet many organized crimes are going on. And regarding these issues, CBI has recently established an important cell there. So C, all, is the right answer here. OCSAE is going to be Online Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Prevention and Investigation Unit. It is established in New Delhi. The jurisdiction will cover whole country, and it will be functioning under CBI's Special Crime Zone (SCZ), and they will probe offences covered under various provisions of IPC, POCSO Act and IT Act, and other provisions also. Okay, so it will be an important repository of all the crime information regarding children. Here you can see India is a signatory to UN Convention on the Rights of Child, and child sex abuse laws are there in India. The most important one is the POCSO Act, Protection of Children Against Sexual Offences Act of 2012. That has all the related provisions there, and they may ask you about any of them. Next, Aine-Akbari. This found a mention in the ongoing issue of Ayodhya, Babri Masjid, the Ram Mandir issue. There, court has decided now that trust will be formed and the temple will be constructed there only. There, judges cited some of the important sources there. Aine-Akbari was one of them, and some foreigners, travelogues, some Turkish and Persian sources, they all were referred there. So Aine-Akbari, they may ask you about that. 16th century document, yes, for sure, and it was the Akbar's reign, and it was from 1556 to 1605. So that was the time, and Akbar's court historian Abul Fazl Alami had written that. Three important parts are there. Third part is called Aine-Akbari. So that's important. First is correct. Second, it's a document about all religious debates under Akbar. No, it is not correct, because it is mainly focused on administration, revenue, the geography, the important other ruling revenue related issues. So those are mainly there. Although the religious part of Akbar's life, that is also very important. The new religion that he started, Deen-e-Ilahi, that was significant, and he was a prime example of secularism in this country, you may say, because he used to call all those religious leaders and he used to debate with them, and he wanted the best religion in his reign, but that could not stay there for any long time. So those things were also important, but this statement itself will be wrong here. So only one is the right answer. You can see 16th century document written by Akbar's court historian Abul Fazl, and it was there in Persian language because it was the official language of Mughals. And the first book dealt with Akbar's ancestors, second book recorded the events of Akbar's reign, and third is Aine-Akbari, dealt with administration, household, army, revenues and geography of the empire there. And you see the English translation of it was done by Henry Beveridge. So that is also important. Here this was the details of that reference where it was taken in the Ayodhya Ram Mandir case. Okay, Joseph Tiffenthaler's travelogue was also cited there. Next, ADMM Plus. ADMM Plus comprises total 16 nations of RCEP. You see ASEAN's 10 nations and 6 important partners. So they are certainly there, but the total number is 18 because Russia and US, they are also there in ADMM Plus. It's an important defense ministers meeting for the Asia Pacific region. So one of the most important platform, and in Bangkok recently it was concluded. So it is only official framework for the defense ministers meeting in that region. So second is correct, first is wrong because there are 18 nations, only 2 is the right answer here. You can see the country Thailand hosted the 6th ASEAN defense ministers meeting, that is called ADMM and plus. ADMM plus means 8 partners, key ministerial level platform, and 8 partners are India, China, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea. These are the RCEP partners, plus Russia and US. These 2 additionally are there. So total 18 members are there. Rajnath Singh ji, our defense minister, he actually represented India there, and he released a handbook on military medicine for ASEAN countries also. So that was the highlight there. 8 dialogue partners, remember that. It was established in 2010 and the first meeting that was held in Hanoi, Vietnam. Okay. Next question, very important one. Border Area Development Program, BADP. Is it administered by Department of Border Management, which comes under Ministry of Defense? You see BRO and the project Brahmank, we discussed there, the Sisri River Bridge that was inaugurated by Rajnath Singh ji. So I told you BRO has built that, and BRO comes under Ministry of Defense. So that's a straight question, but first statement is wrong. Why? Because BADP is certainly administered by Department of Border Management, but this department comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, not Defense Ministry. Remember that. This is wrong. But Project Brahmank surely comes under BADP, which is administered by MHA or this department. So that's the twist in this question. Project Brahmank is a part of BADP, but that bridge, Sisri Bridge, was built by BRO. BRO comes under Ministry of Defense. Okay, remember that. MOD. So both the statements, sorry, only 2 is the right answer here. First is wrong. Program administered by MHA through this Department of Border Management, and the program's name is BADP. It was started in 1986 to 87. Okay, and it was started in the border areas for Pakistan, but later it was extended to all the important land borders of India. So that's the issue. And recently Sisri River Bridge, which was in news in the lower Dibang Valley in Arunachal Pradesh, it was inaugurated by BRO. So it was Project Brahmank, part of BADP only. And other important issues are also going on in Arunachal Pradesh. BRO has 4 projects there: Arunank, Vartak, Brahmank and Udayak. So this was mentioned there in PIB. So that's important information. And the Act East policy is the crucial basis for all these strategic issues in Northeast India. The airports are gonna come in Arunachal Pradesh there, and 1 year back the Sikkim airport was launched. So these are important one. Next, Upper House of the Indian Parliament traces its direct history to the first bicameral legislature introduced in British India in Government of India Act 1935. Is it correct? You see, it was not Government of India Act 1935. It was the Government of India Act 1919, which was also called the Montague-Chelmsford reforms. And on the basis of those provisions, these houses, lower and upper houses, they were established. Upper house, as the name was not Rajya Sabha at that time, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha names, they came later, but it was inaugurated in 1921, and recently 250th session was started, as the winter session is started in the parliament. So 250th session was started in Rajya Sabha, and a book was also inaugurated on that occasion. So this is a wrong statement because it was Government of India Act 1919, Montague-Chelmsford reforms, and the Indian Councils Act 1909, that was called Morley-Minto reforms. This was Montague-Chelmsford reforms. Okay. Next, every 2 years, half of the members retire in Rajya Sabha. This is wrong information. Why? It is called a permanent house. It does not get dissolved. For 6 years, members are chosen there. Every 2 year, 1/3 of the members, they will get retired, and the same number will be elected there. Indirect elections, proportional representation system, single transferable vote pattern is taken there. Okay, so that's unique, that's important. States are represented there, and the system of constituencies and the numbers of the representatives, they are not like US. We are not like US in this area, because in US the upper house is called Senate. In Senate, 100 members are there, 2 from each of the 50 states there. So the population doesn't matter there, but in India population matters, as UP has the maximum number of seats there. Okay, it is highest in UP, and in some states only 1 seat is there. So it's based on population mainly in India for the Rajya Sabha seats. So it's a representation of the states because it is called the House of the States there. Okay, so the answer is D, none here. All the details are given here. Montague-Chelmsford reforms, and India's Rajya Sabha does have more members from populous states there. Some parliamentarians, they requested to the vice president there that the state-wise identity cannot be ruled out completely, because there has been many events in the past, in the recent past, where this effort was there, clearly visible effort was there, that they wanted to circumvent the authority of Rajya Sabha, as some bills were passed as money bills. As in the area of money bill, Rajya Sabha cannot do anything. It can only discuss that, and it can only make suggestions. But it is all the Lok Sabha which would authorize these amendments. If they want it, they can include that, or if they want to drop it, then they will drop it. But it is all the wish of Lok Sabha. Elected representatives, directly elected representatives are there in Lok Sabha. So any government comes, if the party is having a majority in the Lok Sabha, then they would never want Rajya Sabha to be there, because they know that some obstacle only will be there in Rajya Sabha, because the majority is there in Lok Sabha and the majority is not there in Rajya Sabha. This is the normal case. So that's why there are efforts to circumvent the authority of Rajya Sabha, and these efforts are getting intensified year by year. So that's why it's a important issue. Although some problems are there, as some people, some leaders, when they lose in the Lok Sabha elections, then they get elected indirectly in the Rajya Sabha. So it's a house of losers also, according to a popular allegation. And after that election, they become ministers, even they become prime ministers there. So sometimes it's a kind of a betrayal of the mandate also, because through Rajya Sabha, some people who lost there, they become important. Many times in the past we have seen some people like that. So if you talk about the removal of Rajya Sabha there, then virtually it is impossible to abolish Rajya Sabha without adopting a new Indian constitution, because the quasi-federal system we have, and for the federal feature, Rajya Sabha is a must there. So it's a basic feature there, and you cannot remove that. If you bring a new constitution, then only it will be possible there. Reforms are needed which are mentioned here. Next issue, Sambar Lake. Sambar Lake is the largest lagoon saltwater lake in India. It's surely a saltwater lake, but it's not a lagoon. Lakes are there on the coast. They are created like that. Means they are separated from the sea through a barrier island there, and the seawater enters from the free area here, and the fresh water comes from the mainland. So the brackish water you will find there in the lagoon lake. So the Chilika lake is there in Odisha. That's the biggest lagoon lake in India. Sambar Lake is the inland salt water lake. Inland salt water lake. It gets the water channels of many local rivers there. the Khandela, Medta, these are the important rivers there in the Arauli area, because that is the area of Arauli region. Because if you see the map of Rajasthan there, then Arauli goes like that. Okay, diagonally it is dividing Rajasthan in two parts. It is the eastern part and it is the western part. West to Arauli it is all desert. East to Arauli it is all plateau area. So the famous Pushkar religious place is there near Ajmer, that is also located in the Arauli range. And the Sambar lake is located southwest to Jaipur city. Okay, between Jaipur and Ajmer, this is located here. So this is a Arauli region for sure, and these rivers are coming and they are pouring their water into this important lake. Terrain is salty, water is not, so that is why the salt is found there. And second, it's not famous for Amur falcons. Amur falcons are only found in India in the northeast region, especially in the Nagaland state. In 2012 it was a report that many of them, they were found killed there on the streets, because many people, they ate them and they hunted them. But later the conservation effort was there, and Amur falcon, which is a small raptor species, a very important migratory bird, so that got its conservation there. So that's wrong, and first is also wrong. D9 is the right answer here. You can see India's largest inland salt lake, 64 kilometer northeast to Ajmer, or 80 kilometers west from Jaipur. Saline wetland. Here you can see the map here. It is Jaipur, it is Delhi, and it is Ajmer, and this is Sambar lake. It is the state of Rajasthan here. This is the boundary, the important boundary, and that's the important area. West to it, it is all desert part. East to it, it is all plateau region. Okay, so this area east to Araulis, that's actually a wetter region. Okay, and many sanctuaries, many trees, and some green areas are located. West to it, it's all desert. So that's all for today. We will meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Keep watching. And one more issue is left here. Amur falcons, you see, they are located here. Their breeding areas are here in Siberia, China, and they flock to these areas thousands of kilometers. They fly above these countries, so they get rest here in the northeast region near Nagaland. So there these killings were found in 2012, but now this is all conserved, and it's a least concerned bird in the IUCN list. Amur falcon, it's a small raptor species. Okay, so that's important. Thanks a lot. Keep watching. It was Amit Sani.